Hey guys, I am down here in the infamous pit with Nikki Cuba. We are less than 3 minutes away from seeing them battle it out with X Factor. You guys have been in this position before. It's the last game. This same thing happened in Riverside, and you lost to X Factor. So how are you guys feeling going into this one?
I mean, we're motivated. We've thrown 2 games away. We made a close game with Shock that shouldn't have been that close, and it's just mental mistakes and fundamental mistakes. So right now what we have to do is be fundamentally sound, work as a team, communicate, and, believe in ourselves. And that's what it is.
We all know you're a strong team and capable of taking this win for sure. What strategy do you have knowing how X Factor plays?
Our strategy is play to our strengths right now, which is get out wide, and spread the field, and then also utilize the middle and just shoot more of them off the break.
All right, well, good luck. We only have 1 minute and 55 seconds. Here we go, guys.
Welcome back here. Welcome back. Minute and 45 seconds to go before the start of this next point, or first point here, as Los Angeles Infamous. We just listened to Nikki Cuba from that team talk about the game coming up here with San Antonio X Factor. And San Antonio X Factor, good performance from them so far here. And really, we watched the roster during the lunch break, and this team working really hard to build a winning program again. We're looking in the pits right now for Los Angeles Infamous. There's Kevin Callie Rudolph getting ready to roll. The starting 5 for Los Angeles Infamous: Bobby Aviles, Drew Templeton, Brad McCurley, AJ Trillett, and Damian Ryan. Todd, AJ's getting a lot of playing time.
Yeah, well, he was doing really well yesterday for them. He was getting up there. He was being alive. He was getting kills. We've seen Callie Rudolph play a lot on that Dorito side, but Infamous, if they're feeling good with the guys that are playing well, they're just going to keep riding them. So, Drew Templeton's seen some time over there, but AJ Trillett, he's been the man on the Dorito side for LA Infamous, getting up at that Dorito, getting kills, getting to the temple. But they're going to need big production out of all of the players on this team right now. Bobby Aviles, Brad McCurley, Damian Ryan, AJ, and Drew on the field right now for LA Infamous. San Antonio X Factor, we got Grayson Goff. We got Billy Bernaccia coming out here.
And Todd,
Cole Roberts.
Like you said, man, San Antonio X Factor, their fate is in their hands. They've worked very hard to put themselves in this position. Normally, it's not this way for them. Normally, they're looking at the other games, hoping to God that the stars align and they make it in. Now, it's completely up to them. They win this game, they move on.
Yes, it is. That is definitely the case here.
Yeah, as Impact with their 3-0 here are already in. So on the breakout here, looking at X Factor on your screen, they're doubling up that stand-up can on the Dorito side of the D side of the field. And as we've seen, you cannot stay there for very long if the other team gets wide. But on the flip side, so is Infamous. Infamous is doubling up that as well. So conservative breakout here. But then Bobby Aviles makes a big move all the way from the can past the insert Aztec and makes it right into Snake 1, and he makes it in clean. And then right off of that move, here comes Billy Bernaccia, who makes it in there for San Antonio X Factor. 5 players alive for both teams. Both teams have very similar layout right now, very similar positions. The only difference, though, is that Infamous has a little bit better field position on that D side of the field.
Yeah, Infamous right now, AJ Trillett getting up to that Dorito side temple. Got Drew Templeton right next to him. Damian Ryan going to control the wire now. Let Drew Templeton shoot across the field on the inside at Billy Bernaccia. Because Billy Bernaccia, if he can come across, also from Snake 1, but if he can also come across into Snake 2, he's got good shots on Drew Templeton over there. So Drew Templeton taking some precautionary measures, trying to keep Billy Bernaccia there in Snake 1 as AJ Trillett bumps out of that temple into the Dorito 3 right behind the 50. And he is just going to suck in there tight as Billy Bernaccia picks him up across the field. You see Bobby Aviles, number 32. Actually from LA, repping LA for Infamous. Working down the wire, going to shoot a couple shots at Billy, get himself across. So Bobby now into Snake 2.
A lot at stake here, obviously. X Factor wins this match, they will advance and join Impact, regardless of what happens in the next game.
Both these teams, get out 5 bodies alive and are playing very cautiously tonight now. Grayson Goff, Scott Kemp, Colt Roberts over there. 4 on the Dorito side, 4 X Factor. Grayson Goff trying to keep Bobby Aviles from popping his head up over that snake and getting shots on them from across the field. Just standing in that Dorito can and shooting pod after pod right down on Bobby. Brad McCurley made it out alive to the snake corner as well for Infamous. There you see the spread for X Factor. That's Scott Kemp over there in the corner. There's Brad McCurley, number 13 on your screen. Calling out the calls to Bobby Aviles, shooting on the inside. Brad McCurley, as you can see right there, when he looks on the inside, he's the one that has the shots directly back in on Grayson Goff, who is in that Dorito side can.
Todd, what a really long point. You know, we've seen so many of these points in these games this afternoon go real fast. I mean, we've seen teams win in 10 minutes out of the 20-minute regulation time, and now we're heading into the 4th minute of this first point here, and as it's still 0-0. Chris, what do you think, man?
Yeah,
no one's killed anybody. Not only is it long point, but no one's died.
I was just going to actually say that, man. You know, looking at, how the teams are playing right now, it's really, really slow play. They both look scared or playing not to lose rather than to play their game.
Oh, looks like, well, Billy was trying to call a shot cross field, but begging for it, didn't get it. So very, very tense moments here as these two teams evenly matched so far. No one has died yet. This is the first we've seen at this tournament. We have not seen, I mean, it's tough to get 5 players out alive, period, let alone have both teams get 5 guys out alive and then play through 4 minutes of paintball with nobody getting shot with guys in the snake. Better field position right now for Infamous, though, with Brad McCurley and Bobby Aviles kind of flipping position up a little bit. How did Billy Bernaccia just get across? He did. Billy Bernaccia closing the gap, and then a big fill from Grayson Goff, cross from the stand-up on the D side over to the snake side.
Oh, Brad McCurley catching one from across the field.
So Brad McCurley, the first to make a mistake here, getting shot out of his bunker. So now it's just Bobby Aviles in a treacherous situation on the snake side with Billy Bernaccia right in front of him. Damian Ryan forced to stop whatever he's doing and just watch over Bobby Aviles.
You know, this is going to be a 2-point game. I mean, and what I mean by 2-point game is 2-0, 4-2. It's not going to be, I don't think it's going to run to 7 points. I think both teams are trying to chill out right now. I think whoever wins this battle of attrition in the snake between Billy Bernaccia and Bobby Aviles is going to win this game.
Damian Ryan trying to protect Bobby Aviles now.
That's a pretty bold claim, Chris. You're saying that whoever gets the kill in the snake is going to be the one that wins the entire game?
At this point.
Oh,
I'm sorry, this is not the game, the point, sorry.
Okay, I was like, wow, that's going out on a limb. I might take that bet.
Sorry, man. Oh, Bobby Aviles getting shot in the head. I think that was, who was it that shot him?
Grayson Goff.
No, I think it was.
Archie shot Brad, so
it
with
was
that
Grayson
same
Goff.
angle, yeah, Grayson Goff. And then Archie comes up to back up Billy Bernaccia. So at San Antonio, X Factor, who played great at last year's World Cup and took 3rd, is now looking like they're going to put this first point up here, and one of the longest points that we've seen all day, let alone this tournament. And Damian Ryan trying to get as small as he can, dancing around. So they're literally making Damian dance in that bunker. That was the longest point of the event so far.
And Colt Roberts going down the snake side, Dorito side, as you saw on your screen. And somebody looks a little rung up over there on the Dorito side, 50 Dorito.
Yeah, AJ Trillick got bunkered on the back of the head a few times.
That was officially the longest point. Yeah, Colt Roberts got a 2-pack running on the Dorito side. Everybody's looking this way. But like I said, whoever loses that battle of attrition in the snake side is going to
lose the game. I heard it, Chris. You said lose the game.
Yeah, point.
Well, we'll see. I mean, Infamous, Infamous losing that one. And X Factor, 5 bodies alive for them. 13:33 to go. Longest point of the tournament. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome back, and thank you for accessing awesome paintball gear from RazaLife.com.
Yeah, you know, Raza believes in creating something for absolutely everyone. You can customize any Raza jersey or have your own custom jersey designed just for you.
Wow, Raza sure makes it easy to represent who you are and where you're from with custom jerseys, pants, and much more.
You really can get in on the action and feast on all Raza has to offer by calling right away.
So the story of the year right now is how Raza can really bring out the style your team is looking for. Thanks for checking out RazaLife.com. Come right back after watching this tournament.
Welcome back here, Fantasy of Flight 2013 PSP World Cup. I'm Matty Marshall with Chris Lasoya, Todd Martinez. You are watching Los Angeles Infamous take on San Antonio X Factor. This game brought to you by Pro Edge Paintball. 13:26 to go, and now bodies are starting to drop off the break. As we saw that 5-on-5 breakout in the longest point of the tournament for the first one, San Antonio X Factor won that one. Todd Morrill coming off early, Damian Ryan coming off early, and Brad McCurley struggling today here. And he comes off early again. He got shot out of his bunker in that first point. So it's just Nicky Cuba, Drew Templeton, and Bobby Aviles against Scotty Kemp, Archie Montemayor, Colt Roberts, and Grayson Goff for X Factor. 3-on-4 is the body cam.
And Drew Templeton taking the walk in the far side of the field. You see Colt Roberts right there on your screen. Has the ball up in the middle of the field. Crossing up Nicky Cuba and Bobby Aviles on their heels, down 1 point to San Antonio X Factor.
Yeah, just 2-on-4 right now.
2-on-3, actually. They just got Grayson Goff out of there.
Okay, yeah, 2-on-3. So X Factor, man, that's, again, high body situation. You got to be really careful there. But now let's see if Scotty Kemp, who's having a great event, no kills for him so far this game, but Archie's got 2, Colt Roberts has 2. See if they can close it out.
Scott Kemp looking good this tournament, man. Like, every time you tell me he's moving, I look up and all I see is feet diving into a bunker.
Yeah, he works really hard, obviously, on his body. I mean, he's a fitness trainer and a model, so, but he puts a lot of time in running sprints and trying to work on his speed, and it's showing.
Well, you know, he's a prime example of what work can do for you, because the kid, he was chubby a while ago.
Well, when he was a kid, when he was first got on the Ironman, first coming up.
Yeah, but you know what? He's a prime example. He's a prime example of you know what work can do for you. And Bobby Aviles is trying to make the fill out to the corner, and not actually making the bunker. But there was a bunker in his way on the way there. Unfortunately, Nicky Cuba getting shot first. But Scott Kemp walking this flag in for San Antonio X Factor.
So Scott Kemp got one of those last kills, but nice job by Archie Montemayor. Grayson Goff has a very big team effort, actually. Archie got 2, Kemp got 1, Grayson 1, and Colt 1. So well done job here, San Antonio X Factor. Everybody on the team contributing in that last point. 11 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Score is going to be 2-0. And Infamous not looking very good to start this one out. We'll be right back after this.
Fundamental issues with traditional paintball markers is the loader on top of the gun. To eliminate those issues, we integrated the loader directly inside the gun. You're not going to have a hopper being a big target for your opponent to hit, and your field of vision will not be restricted anymore. We've done a ton of field testing with different tournament players, different employees. Nobody wants to give this gun back. It's badass.
Welcome back here. Man, Infamous has got to pick it up. X Factor looking solid, and we'll see if Infamous has it in them.
And they do, because we've seen it before. They've been down, what, 4 or 5 points?
Well, they came back on damage. They weren't able to get the victory, but they did make it a game, as that one, I believe, went into overtime, but Damage was able to get the victory 7-6. Speaking of Damage, Damage is going to be playing their next game. They lost to Chicago Aftershock. Damage has the game coming up against Impact next up. Here we go. You're looking at Infamous on your screen. Brad McCurley needs to step up for Infamous, not having a day today. So on the breakout, Infamous breaks out wide here on the Snake side. Brad McCurley now going up in the center. He's going to try to do that bump across, but gets taken out, trying to get in there. So, and you can see Brad McCurley frustrated here as he's just struggling to get to his bunker.
Yeah, you know, you can only make that move so many times, Matty. I mean, I went down there and walked the field this morning. If somebody knows you're going to do it, or there's like a hint of anything about it happening, it's not hard to shoot that shot, really. Because that gap between the pin and getting the Snake 2 is humongous.
Dixon Yang and the Snake for X Factor. Infamous continuing to get chewed up. AJ Trillett and Drew Templeton walking off on that D side. No one over there for them now. Let's see if X Factor can take advantage of it. 4-on-2 is what you're looking at. Body count wise, as Alex Martinez, Colt Roberts, Billy Bernacchi, and Dixon Yang left alive for San Antonio X Factor. You can see that lineup there across field. On the D side, top right-hand portion of your screen, that's that D side of the field over by the sideline area where the players have their pits. And here's Infamous. Last two players is just Brandon Mayo and Damian Ryan. See if they can pull off a come-from-behind victory here. Well, they did get a shot on Alex Martinez, so 3 players left alive right now for X Factor. 2 of them in the Snake, and 1 of them on the D side with Colt Roberts. Oh, Colt Roberts catches one. So there's Damian Ryan stepping up and getting a kill. It's 2-on-2 now. So is X Factor going to squander the opportunity they presented for themselves here and lose this high body situation? It was 4-on-2, but all of a sudden Damian Ryan and Brandon Mayo step up, and now it's just Billy Bernacchi and Dixon Yang, and they are lined up. So, and then now spreading the field is Billy Bernacchi.
Oh, and Billy Bernacchi gets shot by
catch.
Brandon Mayo trying to back out of there. So a 2-on-1 now. Oh, Brandon Mayo gets shot in the goggles.
Oh, so 1-on-1 Dixon Yang. And one of our kill count leaders, Damian Ryan. Damian Ryan snap shooting like a demon back there, and he's going to load up. Now Dixon Yang gets the draw on Damian.
I give the advantage to Damian on this one. He's in a better bunker right now.
Yeah, he's in definitely in a better snap shooting bunker for sure, because he can use the top of it much more effectively and come on either side of that bunker. And right now Dixon Yang is just being tucked in. Damian bowling him around. There's Damian over the top, and he's going to have to load. Got to keep that gun up. And now Dixon Yang. Infamous 0, X Factor 2. Dixon Yang from San Antonio X Factor, and there's the move. Now made by Damian. Damian trying to get the drop on him. Dixon Yang loads a pod. Tense moments here. If Dixon Yang pulls off this snapshot and gets this 1-on-1 victory, it's going to be a 3-point game, really going to take away the momentum from Infamous. But if Damian gets this kill,
Damian gets clipped on top of the loader.
Damian clipped him.
Hey, but if you're up 2 points right now. Oh wait, Damian clipped him? I thought Damian got shot on top of the loader.
Damian is so crafty.
Nasty.
Ridiculous right there.
That was a huge 1-on-1 victory right there for Damian Ryan. As long as he's clean, though, the referees are checking out his goggles. If he hangs it dirty, that's going to be a penalty.
No.
The referee's
he's
checking
looking pretty
it
clean.
out.
I don't know.
Looked like the referee called him clean over here.
Well, Damian's trying to walk away. He's like, I'm good, man. That's what I would do. And he's good.
And the hang's clean. So Damian Ryan, hero of the day right here for Infamous to keep them in this match. 8 minutes and 24 seconds left to go here. Solid work by Damian Ryan.
That's why you pay the big bucks on fantasy paintball for Damian Ryan.
I got Damian on my team. But Dixon Yang, unfortunately, losing that. But the thing is, before we get into that and analyzing it, let's check out the replay here. So you're looking at, so it might have been, let's check it out. Boom, yeah. So it looked like it definitely looked like, at least looking at this replay, that paint sprayed off Damian's head, but there wasn't enough to leave a mark. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes the ball turtle shells off of the off it. Let's look at it again here. No, it came off the bunker.
No, it hit him in the head.
No, if we rewind this, let's check it out again. I don't know. We can see it here. Let's rewind it. Super slow-mo. Yeah, but it didn't leave a mark though. Look at that.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
Wow, that's crazy. So, hey, we always say I'd rather be lucky than good any day. Damian Ryan, actually, the ball must have hit him on the top of the head, but left 0 paint. So, Damian Ryan sneaking it out there, winning that one-on-one against Damian Ryan, or against Dixon Yang.
Hey, you played. You know what? Those two played that spectacular. I mean, there was
wow.
a situation where they were on their heels, and then came down to one-on-one. That's what we come here to watch. So, on your breakout, Infamous right now down by 1 point to San Antonio X Factor.
San Antonio X Factor's fate is in their hands. If they win this match, they advance on, and that would be a huge boost to their franchise, as they have struggled this year with penalties and not had the performances that they wanted to. Again, both teams 5 alive out here, and now moves being made. Uh-oh, Damian Ryan. Major penalty on Damian Ryan. So the paintball gods have dictated that karma is going to strike on Damian Ryan, and he's going to have to spend some time in the box. Can Infamous fight that 2-minute major penalty off?
But right there in the process, X Factor losing 2 players on that. Archie Montemayor, and also I think Colt Roberts, and also here goes number 58, Todd Morrow, walking off as well. So they could actually salvage this right here. Yeah,
dropping the ball. San Antonio X Factor, again, they've had the chance. The opportunity has been given to them in order to advance at the World Cup. So it is completely up to them whether or not they are going to advance, and they keep losing bodies for no reason. They had high body situations, and they were not able to, San Antonio X Factor not able to capitalize on their high body situation. Then Damian pulled off that, and then Damian gets that penalty. Wow, so X Factor dropping the ball here and allowing Infamous back in this matchup. 2-2 is the score, 7:31 to go. We'll be right back after this.
PaintballDojo.com. Support your favorite pro teams. Get your name printed on pro team gear. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players. Full color and completely custom options. You can build a custom design straight from our website. Gear available for both men and women. PaintballDojo.com. Lifestyle gear for players.
We are winding down the afternoon competition here in the prelims. The 2013 PSP West Coast Open. Matty Marshall with Crystal Soy and Todd Martinez here calling the game. 7 minutes and 31 seconds to go. It's all tied up at 2. We got ourselves a close match. Damian Ryan going to be still sitting in there in the box on that major penalty that he got at the start of that last point. Minute and 28 seconds on that penalty. And San Antonio X Factor letting Infamous back in this game. But can they take advantage of this power play that they're about to be on here? And it looks like a timeout has been called. This is probably a smart time. It looks like X Factor calling that timeout. Smart timeout here is both teams making mistakes. Infamous with that penalty, and then X Factor throwing away those high body situations and not taking advantage of the situation that's presenting itself. What do you think, Todd?
I think Infamous is going to have to come with a good, solid 4-man play right here. And I think X Factor really needs to make sure they get a couple points out of this penalty, because Infamous, I just feel like they're not playing horrible. And if they're not playing horrible, then they always have a chance to come back here. And I think that, those guys are starting to feel it a little bit. And I don't think X Factor's playing as great as they could be right now either. So this could go both either way. The best thing that X Factor can do right now is try and get at least 2 points off this major.
Well, let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
Hey guys, down here on the sidelines, we are in the middle of another awesome match, but I wanted to bring an update from the Challengers field. We had DMG and Top Gun going at it. DMG started with 4 minutes of their gross still, so they were down 1 body, but both Top Gun and DMG got majors and minors. In the end, they were going back and forth for a long time, but Top Gun won 7-6. Let's get back to this game and I'll bring you more updates.
So apparently DMG just can't play a game without there just being a crazy bloodbath penalty fest. Because the last time we got an update when it was Storm DMG, there was grosses and gross major penalties, and it was just crazy. So
I want to know who's getting all these penalties for you. Who got the gross majors on Storm? That's what I want to know. Who got the gross majors on Storm and DMG? Who got the penalties over here? So I mean, wherever these guys DMG seems to go, majors are a fly in this event.
I thought they were Redbirds. You can sit over here, you see in the contrast of the backdrop we have here with the nice clouds and the beautiful lake, airplanes and birds.
Yeah, it was a nice day today out
It's
here.
awesome. It's fantastic right now. I mean, yeah, X Factor on your screen, tied up 2-2, must-win situation pretty much for both teams.
Yeah, and here we go.
1 minute.
Templeton and AJ Trillett heading out to the Dorado side. Nicky Cuba and Brandon Mayo for Infamous.
Split screen breakout, X Factor on your left, Infamous on your right. Big bite out of X Factor, going up the middle and staying alive.
It's Colt Roberts, man, that was a crazy move.
Looks like Billy Bernaccia just got shot in the pack from across the field. Nicky Cuba gonna get pulled out. He got shot in the loader. Coming across Grayson Goff for X Factor from the Dorito can to the Snake can. Archie Montemayor over here in the Snake Temple. Colt Roberts still up there at the 50 on the Dorito side for X Factor. Drew Templeton now filling the cross to help support Brandon Mayo. 50 seconds left on Damien's penalty. Archie Montemayor now comes into Snake 2. Almost got shot in the pack right there, crawling up, trying to fill out behind Mayo is Drew Templeton. Did he get shot? Yeah, he got shot, filling out there, so just Mayo over here. I think we got AJ Trillett over there in the Dorito corner for Infamous. So Dorito corner, Snake Temple for Infamous, Snake 2, Snake 1, and the 50 Dorito. Both 50s over there on the Dorito side. Mayo drops, and here comes Colt Roberts to drop the hammer on AJ Trillett.
You know, let me ask you guys this. Do you think that the loss of Greg Sewers on that Dorito side for Chicago Infamous, or LA Infamous, causes them a problem?
Well, we've been kind of sort of discussing that all year long. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that absolutely, meaning you get to lose a guy like Greg Sewers, it's definitely a hit to your roster. But Infamous is a deep team. You know, Infamous definitely has depth, but it's about execution. That's been Infamous's problem all year long, is they will have 2, maybe 3 guys playing well, and then everyone else is not up to snuff, and then those guys will step up, and those other guys will drop off. And other than maybe Damien, no one's really been that consistent. So it's just Infamous. They need to get everyone together vibing on the same page. 6 minutes and 6 seconds to go. Score is going to be 3-2 in favor of X Factor. We'll be right back. Welcome back here to the Fantasy of Flight, Polk City, Florida. And we are watching San Antonio X Factor slight lead over Los Angeles Infamous. Damien Ryan going to be in that box for 3 seconds. And here we go on the breakout. Damien Ryan's about to come out of this box. Let's see if he can make it out clean. And he doubles up with Nicky Cuba, and he's able to make it out clean. Then Nicky bumps out. Insert bunker behind the Snake. Brad McCurley makes his move to the Snake. So good breakout for Los Angeles Infamous. Damien Ryan all the way up to the center. On the flip side, San Antonio X Factor losing Todd Moore and Scott Kemp. Not looking good for them. Infamous should be able to tie this up as long as they don't squander this high body situation.
You know, I saw him get shot in the pack coming across. That's going to be, he's never going to be hit.
So Billy Bernaccia coming off here. And here, Damien Ryan now really in the driver's seat along with Brad McCurley and Nicky Cuba backing them up. Infamous looks like they're going to tie this game up. And this close, what a close matchup, man.
You know, it's a really good game. Their breakout right there to get Damien out of the box, and the execution after the fact is well planned out and looks really good. It's working for him right now, and I'm actually pretty happy to see what they just did. There's Brad McCurley getting shot down the wire.
Yeah, Damien now creeping through the middle of the field. Able to close out that last guy, shoot Billy Bernaccia. And here comes Nicky Cuba, gonna hang that flag. Good job by Damian Ryan right there. And the rest of his teammates playing off his move, getting up the field. So Infamous right there, actually able to burn off that entire penalty. X Factor got one, but Infamous comes out of the box right there and evens it up. So, man, a lot of time has come off the clock here. Only 4:48 left to go in this game. And we are knotted up at 3-3. That first point that we played here was the longest point of the event so far. And because of that, a little madness on both sides, a little back and forth, and now we're sitting at 3-3. This is the nitty-gritty. Which team wants to go on? Which team wants to give themselves a chance? Does X Factor want to punch their ticket and be 3-1 and be going on to Sunday with Impact? Or are they going to let Infamous give themselves a chance to go on? Because Infamous, if they go 2-2 with X Factor, then that's going to mean that Infamous would win a heads-up playoff against X Factor as long as Damage loses to Impact. If Infamous does win that, then Damage would have a chance to go on as well still if they are able to beat Impact. So because Damage would be 2-2.
There's so much going on right now with this bracket. Like, I love to sit here and wrap my head around it, but man, it's just, it makes my eyes twirl.
No, that's why we got Todd up here.
Exactly, exactly. There's just so much going on. I hope you guys at home are enjoying the webcast. I mean, it's amazing out there. You know, the weather's perfect right now.
Little humid, though, which is going to sap the energy. But, hey, it's not raining yet, and it's not that hot, so things are looking good here towards the end of the afternoon. Damage and Impact coming at you next for the last game of the prelims. And right now, all tied up at 3, and for the first time in a while, X Factor's fate lies in their hands. It is completely up to X Factor whether or not they progress in this tournament, but they have to beat Infamous to do it. And here we go on the breakout. Can each team keep 5 bodies alive? Infamous heavy guns up, and they end up taking out Colt Roberts trying to get up in the center. So Colt Roberts taking the walk early. Scotty Kemp, Dimitri Ninos getting a spin in a huge situation with his broken hand. So let's see if he's able to contribute. Grayson Goff and Archie Montemayor combining for 9 kills between the two of them. Good solid work as always from 2 of the solid veterans on San Antonio X Factor. And here we go. Oh, Drew Templeton gets taken out by Grayson Goff, but Brad McCurley able to get into the snake. He's got Nicky Cuba right behind him. So Brad McCurley first to strike over here on the snake side. Good field position for him up at the 50-yard line.
And Brad McCurley, they're sitting in snake 3 looking for shots across the field. He's got Nicky Cuba with him and Damian Ryan behind them. Bobby Aviles now starts attacking that Dorito side. Brad McCurley playing the outside of snake 3, occupying Grayson Goff's gun.
Hey, how interesting would it be, Todd, knowing that he's had a little bit of history of this, where Brad will struggle and then be the hero for the day. If he were to step up and shoot a bunch of X Factor guys to take the lead, and that was the change in the momentum, wouldn't surprise me because we've seen it before.
Absolutely not. He's a clutch player. You know, you talk about it all the time, Maddie. He's one of those guys that is clutch.
Yeah, middle of the field's wide open right now. Damian Ryan looks like he's thinking about it. All the guns are turned to the outside on Brad McCurley. Be a good opportunity for Damian to make his move, especially with Bobby Aviles far up on that Dorito side.
Yeah, it's perfect
middle
for
of
him.
this field.
It's perfect for him.
Not only can you chop players down moving up the field, but just being up there and causing chaos and wrapping on those 2 cans and catching out Phils.
Archie digs out to the back corner.
I can't believe Nicky let him make that move right there.
Well, yeah, but he made it. Archie digging out. Good clutch, little timing move out there to the back corner to try to stop the aggressive moves of Brad McCurley, at least make him a little more honest. Now Brad cannot lean out down that sideline. He has to play tighter. Oh, and Brad almost got a shot cross field on Grayson Goff, who's the only player left alive on the D side of the field for X Factor. Dimitri Ninos in the center for X Factor. Better field position and the numerical advantage for Los Angeles Infamous. Let's see what Brad McCurley and Nicky Cuba are going to do over here on the snake side. Damian Ryan in the stand-up can towards the D side of the field.
I really think that Damian's going to need to go up the Dorito side now and help Bobby. Here he comes up the middle now.
I like that move, actually. Nicky goes to the corner, help out Brad, and then Damian goes to the center, help out Bobby.
Well, yeah, now that Nicky's there, Nicky can put pressure across the field.
Well, Todd, I don't think that Grayson knows that that move was made because he's been staring at Brad McCurley for a little while now, and there's no coaching on that side. At least Brad has a little bit of information coming from the stands and all the people screaming, but Grayson Goff's over there trying to figure it out. And now, good move by Brad McCurley. Smart bump up. He's past the 50-yard line. Really good field position. And Nicky Cuba had made a great bump to go back up Brad McCurley. Nicky Cuba's in the back corner bunker here, wrapping around. That's going to help contain Archie. So solid work by Nicky Cuba here. But time's starting to tick down. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. And what's scary about this is San Antonio X Factor is going to have to hold off the push here, because if Infamous, with their advantage, just puts a point on the board, X Factor might not have enough time to come back. Yeah, so it could come down to this.
Yeah, it was definitely huge. Archie filling out to that snake corner.
Really slowed it down.
Yeah, if Nicky had been able to get a shot, or if Damien had been in that position a little bit earlier, he would have chopped him down. And there goes Bobby Aviles.
Bobby Aviles dropping the ball over there. Gets direct drove from Grayson Goff, but then Dimitri Ninos and Grayson Goff both get shot by Damien. And there's 49 seconds left. I think they're going to have enough time.
They conceded the point right there. X Factor.
Wow, X Factor conceding the point. So things went tit for tat real fast. My God, so the point is going to go to Infamous. Nice job by Damian Ryan and Nicky Cuba, Brad McCurley, to win that point for X Factor, who dropped the ball. And they are now down a point here. Their fate still in their hands. Can they come back and tie it up? We will see in just a second. 49 seconds on the clock. We'll be right back.
A&S Gear is having their World Cup Super Sale. We've got A&S pods for half off. A&S gas tanks starting as low as $99.95. We've got swabs so cheap that you can throw them away. You can get Nelson paint arriving at your door, $31.95. Jerseys, we've got them starting at $4.95. And pants, starting at $29.95. Shop now at ansgear.com and don't miss out on the biggest paintball sale ever.
So welcome back here. My God, we have ourselves a close game, and Infamous fighting back and finally taking the lead here, 4-3. And Damian Ryan, Nicky Cuba, Brad McCurley stepping up for them in that last point. But San Antonio X Factor does have 49 seconds, which forces them to push very aggressively up the field. They have no choice in order to have a chance to progress in this tournament. It would be morally very defeating for them to end their season here, with the opportunity existing for them to step up and win a game against Infamous, who's 1-2 heading into this game. But if they can't do it, it's I can only imagine the heartache that's going to cause.
Well, I can't possibly see. I mean, I'm a realist, and I just think that, you know, with this timeout, we can talk a little more about it. Infamous is really good. They're going to get in their bunkers. They're going to cross it up, shoot their lanes, and just sit there and pound, pound, pound for 49 seconds. The fastest point so far this tournament, I believe, was 42 seconds. And there's only 49 right now left in the clock. So
we think we've seen a quicker point than 49 seconds, right?
42.
42.
It was really? It was like 40-ish. That was the quickest point we've seen so far.
Well, maybe X Factor will come out and beat that record. I don't know. We'll find out. That's completely up to them.
They need to.
Wow. Well,
X Factor.
We've seen some close games today. Even the games that ended up there are a lot of games started out close. Even the games that were like 7-3, 7-4 started out where it was very close, and then at the very end, one team just broke the other team and was able to put them on the ropes and knock them out. But
if I'm X Factor, I'm sending Billy Bernaccia to the snake on the break. It's not as easy as people think to shoot guys running to this snake on the break, and you know, Billy Bernaccia, you know, he's got a knack for getting into that 50. And then Colt Roberts has had a lot of success this game for X Factor, going up through the middle of the field. So I wouldn't be surprised to see something along those lines. For Infamous, they got all 5 bodies out there right now. I wouldn't risk either of those corners because they've been gotten shot a lot running to those corners this game and or the previous games. So Infamous, I mean, they need to lock it up for 50 seconds here. And they can seal themselves an opportunity to go. I mean, if Infamous wins and Damage loses the impact, then Infamous is in. If Infamous wins and Damage wins, then it's going to come down to point spread. So,
well,
and Impact's been playing awesome. You know, unless Damage can figure something out, how to play better like a team, and really come out. It's going to be tough to beat Impact in that last game of the day.
Yeah, I don't know. The way Damage has been playing, I don't really see Damage taking down Impact here. I mean, Damage just lost to Shock 7-4, so I don't see Damage beating Impact, who's 3-0. And also, Impact does not want Damage in on Sunday at all. The last thing that Impact wants.
And Billy Bernaccia makes it, gets shot going into Snake. Also, so does Colt Roberts going up the middle, just like you called, Todd. Down 2 players, but they do make it in the Snake with Archie Montemayor. Infamous 5 up. Bad situation. 28 seconds left in this game. Infamous loses Drew Templeton. And here comes Archie Montemayor down the Snake. You see him on your screen. He's the one that has the ball. He's have to go to work.
Yeah, but the seconds are ticking off. Only 15 seconds left to go here. And with still 4 players left alive for Infamous, X Factor doesn't really have a chance at this point unless Archie can somehow run through the guns, and he's going to, at least Archie went for it. Hey, Archie died on his sword, and that's the only way to go if you're a guy like Archie. And so he did it. They didn't win it. Doesn't matter. Grayson Goff. And so a dejected Scott Kemp and Grayson Goff, very frustrated here. Los Angeles Infamous taking the come-from-behind victory here against San Antonio X Factor. We're seeing Brad McCurley there walk off the field. So congratulations, as Infamous is going to go 2-2. Wow. That was, that's about as close as it gets. So Todd, just again, break it down here. So that sends Infamous to 2-2. X Factor now is 2-2. Impact is heading in to play Damage, and Damage is 1-2. But if they beat Impact, they'll be 2-2. That's 3 teams at 2-2.
Yes, and then it comes down to point differential. But because if Damage were to lose, Infamous and X Factor would have a head-to-head, which means Infamous would go on because Infamous just defeated X Factor.
Wow. And X Factor, sometimes their own worst enemies, but at the same time, you got to give it up to Infamous. Infamous just fought harder than X Factor did, and it was completely in X Factor's lap. X Factor could have won this game, played the game, the type of game they did against Damage, but they just weren't able to do it. They weren't able to summon that spirit, and X Factor's Infamous too much for X Factor in this one. This game brought to you by ProEdgePaintball.com. Remember to help us support paintball by supporting the sponsors and the advertisers. Every name that you see out here on the Platinum list, every advertiser that you see advertising, go to their Facebook. Tell them that you appreciate what you're seeing, because if you don't do those things, don't buy their products. The people that are supporting this webcast, the people that are supporting the PSP, those are the real hardcore paintball people. Those are the people that actually care about this sport. And if you don't help them, help us, none of this can continue. So please, make that happen for us. Let's check in with Lauren Kelly on the sidelines.
I'm standing here with Brad McCurley and Damian Ryan. Congratulations, guys. You won that one. You did not let history repeat itself here at World Cup. Now, you did an amazing job this weekend, but you've left a lot of tournaments not feeling great about how you performed. How do you feel you guys did this weekend?
I mean, I still feel like we've underperformed overall. We still have a lot to offer that we think our potential is much higher than what we've shown here. And it's just a matter of coming together as a unit and getting people, producing on all levels, all across the board.
Okay, now, Damian, you performed extraordinary this weekend, as always. But as Brad was saying, what do you think you guys exceed at as a team, and what do you struggle at as a team?
I think we exceed really well at getting down early and giving teams leads we like to make interesting. But I think we also do a good job of digging deep and fighting back, killing penalty points. You know, the tough points you got to grind out. I feel like we do a really good job of winning. It's just the easy first couple ones that we blow, and can't seem to figure it out this year.
You always give us an interesting comeback, so you got that. Great job, guys. That was an awesome win. We have the last game coming up between Damage and Impact. Who do you guys think is going to win?
We need Impact to win, because that puts us into top 4 on Sunday.
So I'm going to say you want Impact, too.
Yes.
All right.
I hate to say it, because we like Damage. They're good friends of ours. We always practice them, but got to support your team first.
All right. We'll see if Impact goes undefeated or if Damage comes back to redeem themselves. Stay tuned.